Welcome to the Hong Kong Polytechnic University School of Design. I'm Emanuele Tessarola. I'm the president of the Association Cinque Vie of Milan, the association who's organizing these meetings. A big thanks, as you know, goes to Stefano Fossati, the director of Istituto Italiano di Cultura di Hong Kong, who really wanted these meetings. Please, if you want to follow what we're doing, you can follow us on the Design Made in Hong Kong site or on our Instagram and Facebook. Now, I just introduce Mrs. Annalisa Rosso, our curator. Please, Annalisa.
Thank you, Emanuele. Welcome, everybody. I'm super happy to be here with all of you. It is a great moment. I would really like to be with you for real, not just on the website, but it is nice to have this opportunity of speaking with you. This, from our curatorial point of view, it is the main moment, the topic, the true, how can I say, highlight of this series of webinar, because it is the exchange, the dialogue, as we said during our last meeting, that is our main goal. So having the opportunity of speaking with Federica Biasi, that one of the best representative Italian talents working with so many brands, that she already told us her experiences and her career, something about herself. And I'm sure that this exchange will be truly inspiring for all of us, and looking forward to working with you on the next exhibitions, and with the final goal of being presented here in September during the Milan Design Week. Thank you to the students, thank you to the tutors, to the professors, thank you to Federica and to Cinque Vie. And I'm here with you, so for any question or anything, I will be here supporting you. Please don't forget to turn off the mic if you are not speaking, and enjoy the conversation. I'm not sure how this is going on. I think that maybe you can start presenting your projects, and then we can go ahead on the conversation with Federica, if you agree.
Oh, we are asking the students, wait a minute. Oh.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, one student is trying to share it.
We are designing for the family members case, and with a baby who is 8 to 9 months, and their living area is 600 feet. And here is their floor plan.
Also, we find that there are some problems under the COVID-19 that because it is a bit dangerous for the baby to go outdoor playground, so the baby is having more time to stay at home, and they have the most interaction with their family member. We also find other phenomena that there are the space limitation of Hong Kong buildings, that there are lack of space for the baby entertainment, and their interaction of the family is small because of the time limit, a space limit. So for our design, we would like to focus more on safety and the protection, because we are going to design the furniture for the baby. and we would like to focus more on the foldable design because the space is limited.
We have combining the dining table and the indoor playground with a design, and it can provide a area for the baby to interact with their family and entertain, and also when she is sleeping, and it also can become other function, which is a dining table for their family to have meal or work and do the online lesson or their schoolwork. And we want to show the spatial limitation of the Hong Kong flat and to sterilize the phenomenon of the multiple access of the furniture, and the multi-access of the furniture, and enhance the interaction among family members and the baby.
So our first concept is combining the dining table with the slide of the playground because we want to emphasize the space limitation at home. So we combine different parts of the playground into this furniture. So another scenario is that we want to improve this interaction, increase the interaction of different family members. So we are going to make a modular furniture that can combine just like a tunnel for the baby to climb over there.
Also the same concept with the concept 2, and this is the different shape.
This is our final direction. We want to design a table or a chair which can be folded with some fabric or fur coat, and to make it flexible. And chair idea is the combining with the family members number, and it can be modular. It is modular for their family, and they can use it as a indoor playground for the baby, or they can use individually with a like a chair.
That's the end. Thank you.
Could I see also again the second concept, please? Is it possible to see a bit of the presentation before?
Yes, yes.
Okay, this is the one, the second, and the third. I mean, I think your work is quite really interesting. Also because they are a concept, so as a concept they are very well done and then very well sketches. If I have to choose one of the concept that I prefer is the third one. Could you change on the third? Because the concept is more interesting, and I think there is more design thought behind, and also the shape, the final shape, it's more design oriented, and so I like it more. And also the concept, the single chair is modular, and you can flipping it, and I think it is the best one of the presentation.
Okay, thank you.
So if you need my opinion, to go ahead and then understand what you can prepare for the exam or whatever. I prefer the third one. I think it's very well done. Also the sketch, it's super nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So our situation is a house, is a tiny apartment or house in Hong Kong, and we can realize that some of the activity are collapsed in one single room. For example, in this room is a room for two sisters, and when they are going to do some assignment or do some homework, they have to put the fan in on their back, and when they want to sleep, they have to put this fan into the chair. So our phenomenon is that they have to remove different things or adapt different wood plans to fit for the scenario or fit for the activity in specific period of time. So, and also they always separate different area for specific activity. For this, in this example, this kid trying to do their homework or trying to game, and they have to find their own place in one single small tiny room. And also in this situation, they also like living in a residential hall. So our concept is that we try to try to combine all the activity in one single shelf system, in one single cabinet. So this is our first concept model. You can see it's like different wood plans multiplied and like a building, as I say. So there are two functions. First is the space dividing as a partition. And you can try to slide to create negative space and positive space to help you to storage things like in the situation they are lacking of storage system. So this is the first mode, the mode one, and the second mode is that they can slide it back and sleep on it to fulfill the sleep activities. And so there's the bunk bed mode. When we're trying to slide out this wood plank, they're also creating a positive space, and at the same time there's the support of the bunk bed. So this shelf can support two people for sleeping. And the second mode is that we try to mix the bunk bed and the working area at the same time. So as we say, when we try to slide out those wood planks, they're also creating the positive space. So this is also a support of the kind of relaxing area, relaxing zone. So this is our concept so far. We are trying to figure out how those joints can practically working and try to minimize the visual elements and try to adapt it into the material of bamboo. So that's it.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I think that your research in the initial part about tiny spaces there in Hong Kong are quite interesting, and also the solution that you found, it's really interesting and design oriented, but also I think it's quite nice. If you have to realize, or if you have to try to industrialize this kind of product, I suggest you to put more attention to do two kind of stuff. The first one is the stability of this model. Because of the load, if you put a person inside on, you have to try and you have to understand how is the stability. Probably you have to lock it on the ceiling and on the floor, because of course way you will fall down. But I mean, it's quite interesting, and also I think it's quite beautiful to see. And the second thing you have to focus on is if you use this kind of model, this kind of wardrobe to storage something, or to solve the problem of the storage in your second concept, you have to think about where you put stuff when you close everything, because if I understand well, you can shift it, right, in every moment. Yes. So if you put that kind of lamp where you put the lamp when everything is closed, so you're going to have the same problem of your previous situation at home, because if you close everything to have more space, when you can put a lamp. So I suggest you probably to put some drawers inside. So if you put a drawers inside, for example, if you see the model that shifts outside, you have a model made by bamboo, okay, made by sliced of bamboo. This one. There is a model, okay, that's shifted outside there. If that model will become a drawer, you can store something inside. If you use like this, you're gonna waste some space. So my opinion is to use also the dip of this model to store something inside. Okay.
Yes.
It's really interesting, and if you try to do some rendering with the color of bamboo, I think you will see something quite beautiful. But put more as a concept, it's really interesting because it's a concept. If you have to project now something, you have to focus more on the utilization of this kind of stuff and how to solve the real problem of the space. But in general, compliments, because it's really nice. So thank you.
The reason we did not add some drawers because we try to more express on the situation on Hong Kong. So we may add some functionality at the end, but at this stage we try to focus on the phenomenon we found. So that's a nice suggestion, by the way. Thank you.
Thanks to you.
Hi, can you hear me? Yeah, we are from Group 3. Oh, first. So let's quickly introduce the background. That the situation we are designing for is the family under pandemic. Oh, it's not showing yet.
Okay.
So the situation we are designing for is the family under pandemic. That we've noticed that there is a presence of tradition inside every household nowadays. Sorry. So the dirty zone is mainly present between the entrance and the living room, that people will put their belongings, their coat or their wallets inside this zone, and they will sanitize these objects. So we want to use this as the scenario we focus on. And we also figured that there's a problem for this.
The PowerPoint is loading. Wait for a while. Sorry.
We changed the PPT already.
There's some practical.
We already changed.
Leave full screen then. 要 share 到起。
Full screen.
Yeah.
Yes, we are sharing.
The internet is delayed.
Because now it's closed.
But we are on the PPT
already.
window. 我哋 share 咗喺 PPT 嗰度。
但係佢仲未開始 present 到。
我哋 show 緊咯。
你哋睇唔睇到我個 screen 㗎？
睇唔到。
睇唔到，但係我哋呢度已經係 share。
可唔可以用你哋個 cam 啊？我哋 cam
咁樣都得，
得唔得？
睇唔到，
睇唔到啊！
但係點解唔得嘅？
我唔知啊，我哋撳嗰個分享啦，跟住之後當係整個畫面先啦。跟住佢就係出到。
Okay.
Yeah, so the inspiration is that we have a finding that different members have different hygiene standards, that they may behave differently, so that when they see each other doing in a different way, there might be conflicts between them, especially when they are handling hygiene-related objects like masks or their shoes. There might be conflicts between different members, and we want to try designing something that help in improving the situation. So our main concept is about the visibility, which is act like a visual barrier between the family members to the hygiene-related behavior. We've tried to reduce the visibility from the living room to the dirty zone, and to retain the openness from the dirty zone to the living room, because when you are away from home, you don't want to see a barrier instead of the space of your house. So, yeah. And this is our first idea. We try to use a cabinet and a screen, which the screen is created by the fabric or clothing that you store in this area. We try to make the design clean and simple so that the objects are hidden and looks more tidy and clean. And the other idea is a rack and a screen, which the screen is also created by the clothing, and it provides a larger area for storage. And we want to focus on the first idea, which is the cabinet one. But we felt that we have not retained the openness from the dirty zone to the living room, so that we try to apply one of our early stage sketch, which there is a small window in the middle of the screen, so that even though the person from the living room cannot see the behavior or the actions from inside the dirty zone, but still the person in the dirty zone can see through the window and look at the living room. So this is our latest draft. It mainly demonstrate the function that there will be a storage on beside the wall, and once they open the storage door, there will be a screen acting as a visual barrier, but still they can see through the window to greet their family members, and they can also hang their belongings on the racks so that temporarily they can sanitize these dirty objects, and then they put it back into the storage zone. And once they finish these actions, they can close the door, and everything will be stored inside a clean and tidy cabinet. Yeah, and this is our main idea. Yeah, that's all.
So in general, it's a very good work. So well done for your project. I mean, if I have to say my opinion about these three concepts, I mean, I think the best one of the three concepts is the first one. It's the first one also because I think is the best realized, also because of rendering, also because you focus more on design thing, and also because, in my opinion, is more contemporary, as the aesthetic is more contemporary, but also you can really save the space because of the shape. So the shape is squared, and you can put in every point of your home, and don't waste the space. Probably you put too much hanger in the high part. Probably you can use only one layer of hanger in the first one, and then you can understand how to shift very well this part. So the part of the first storage and the second storage, because the second one, for example, if you go on the second concept, the second concept is interesting for the shoes storage, but the concept is nice, but very embryonal, very in the first stage of his life, probably because it's not so drawn. So you have to understand, you have to draw better every kind of details to understand if it can become a real product, because now it's not design oriented so much. Now it's a concept, could be something nice, but now is not as the first one. So the first one, as a concept, I can see a quite real product. The second one, off and off. The third one, not at all, because it's a sketch, and I can understand can be something, but is not for now. So my suggestion is to go ahead with the first one, or you have to understand what you like in the second concept and go ahead, but changing the aesthetic of the second concept, understanding how is the contemporary language of design, and try to put this kind of ideas in something quite contemporary.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Federica?
Yes.
Maybe microphone.
See?
Okay. I'll share the screen. For our group, our concept is separability, which means the fill gap design for a Hong Kong household. Because in the case study, we found that there is a common act in the Hong Kong house, which is stacking inside a gap. The purpose of this act is for convenience, rich or temporary storage, or just give the non-frequently used objects a space or a role to play in the house, which brings some mental and visual comfort because people feel more organized inside the home. However, this act has some downsides, which is low accessibility of inner items, because every time when you have to reach the inner items, you got to move the outer ones first. And secondly, is visually affecting the view at home, because this action has an end due to either physical limitation, which is overload leading to collapsion, or spatial limitation because your home has not enough space for you to put too many things into the gap. Right. Yes, and after analyzing this scenario, we find some opportunities. We want to focus on bringing the wise use of space of Hong Kongers, because gaps may not look useful to the foreigners, but actually it is a common thing to do in Hong Kong. This is a smart ad hoc method to accommodate laziness. But we also want to raise that this action will bring negative effect in the long run. We studied some common types of gaps in the Hong Kong household, and we have an interesting finding. The nature of item or filling gaps are usually not that precious or temporary permanent. People do not think those stuff are worth managing at all, but they are reluctant to discard them. This also led to a problem reflecting Hong Kong people tend not to do appropriate spatial management in a very limited space. So our central message through the furniture is to think before you stack. We have two design concepts. The design concept one is more individual oriented and rational, and the other concept is more family oriented and emotional. So through studying the relation of human with the house, we found some things that human need inside a house. When a person is alone, he may need personalization, sufficient need space for living, and also he'll be lazy to manage the things in the house. And when a person is with his family inside the house, because their action will affect each other, so they have connection with the family members, and they will also have conflicts about the invasion of space. So our design can help
allocate spaces, and at the same time bring out the message that people should think twice before stacking. For concept 1, our message is doing proper space management, because when Hong Kong people fill something into the gap, they usually think it is already organized and will not continue, will keep stacking. Yeah, and then so we link the furniture design with personal space, which will evoke their reflection on the use of space. We hope to create some kind of screen in front of people, which is the things that users stack onto a design will become part of his personal space in the future. Under this limited quota, will you still put anything that is not special into the gap, or will you think twice before stacking them? Yes. So this is our first design called the Rising Sticks, designed for gaps with half body height. Is a tool to create privacy, like a screen for you to put your personal stuff of any kind, any shape and size. The things that you stack onto it will stay in front of you, and you can always see the things you fill into the gap. So the gap is no longer an invisible thing at home. Our second design concept is to tell that stack the right amount and respect other people's privacy. We often have disputes about spatial allocation inside Hong Kong's small living environment. So this design aims to improve the accessibility of gap storage and assign every family member a space for storage. This design is focusing on the dilemma of space sharing. When the circles of our furniture overlap, it means that members have connection. They can put things together in a shared area. But at the same time, more conflicts will be created because the family cannot function well when there are too many overlapping. That means when the circles are overlapping, are stacking together too much, they are not able to roll out from the gap as effective as before. This is a central message we want to bring out. And this form is also challenging the ordinary representation of shelf, from bulky rectangles to rollable circles, and items inside still have some arrangement, although they do not look very tidy. Each circle or each geometric shape represents one person in the family. Each member has her own separate storage, so it becomes more effective in reaching own things and also reduce time for searching. After stacking, you can still access the inner items easily because you can roll the furniture out. We are planning to focus on design concept 1 because it is much more unique in terms of the appearance and the form, and also bring some kind of reflective meaning. And it also flexible usage, can be put in many, can be either put in the gap in home or just put near the door or outside. Yes. So that's all for our presentation.
Thank you, Hans-Lee. Thank you very much for your presentation. Very well done project, and I would like to suggest you 2 things about your presentation. The first one is about the presentation in general, because I think that you have very well done the part about UX design, and you have made a very deep research on the initial part and of the project, how to focus every part of the project in the reality. But if I can suggest you something, the presentation was too much full of text. If you want to arrive more, to your professor and to your classmate or to a client, you have to understand better how to transform all the text in a graphic method in order to transmit directly in one word or in one diagram something that it's really interesting for you. Because if I remember just right now your presentation, I can understand everything if I can read, but anything if I don't read. So there is anything that I can focus on. So if you want to transmit me something, try to understand what are the main word for you to transmit to me in order to understand everything about your project. And also you have done a very deep research, but the concept, the first concept, also in my opinion, is the best one, and you have to focus more on the design. Of course, they are also both very interesting, but in the initial part. So the first one, it's interesting, but I can't understand what can become. You have to go deep again and understand with rendering and technical drawings if can works in the reality. So the first part, it's okay. Try to understand if can really help the waste of the space, because I'm not sure if you use this kind of shape, you're gonna have you're gonna use so much. I mean, probably you're gonna waste some space in the tiny spaces of the building. So try to focus more on this part. But yes, it's really nice as storage.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, perhaps I can share the screen now. And
You can't? Oh.
Okay, wait, let me share.
Okay. Okay. Hello. Our topic is segregated connectedness. So, can you go to the next slide? Okay, so through our case study, which was a family of 5 people, there were 3 children and 2 adults. We realized that during when the cases were rising and everyone was going to stay at home, though all the family members were at home, no one really interacted or spent time with each other. Everybody was doing their own thing. So they were in the same house, they were together in a very small space, but there was no interaction. So that's how we came up with the topic segregated connectedness. That basically means they're all together, but they're separate. So it's like they're a family, but then they're just individuals living in the house. Next slide. Okay, yeah, so that's how we came up with the concept, and we decided we wanted to exaggerate this concept. So we wanted to make people aware of something like this is happening, because I think when you just stay at home for so long, you don't realize that you're actually doing this. You're not interacting with your family, and I think that's a really common thing that's happening in Hong Kong homes. So we wanted to exaggerate this concept through a furniture design while also making it functional.
and I will talk about the invisible wall. Actually, it is called a lenticular plastic sheet, and it is able to make any object that is perpendicular to the array visible, and by using the reflecting light around the object to mask the object itself. It may sound complicated, but I will show you a quick demonstration to let you guys understand the idea. Yeah. So here I have my lenticular sheet, and as you can see, when I put an object that's perpendicular to the array, you can see it is right through, right? But when I take it out, you can see actually there is a vertical pen that is behind the sheet as well, but you can't see because the refracted light, the effect will make the vertical pen looks invisible. And so we have studied this kind of effects and use it and you use it to symbolize and intensify the phenomenon of together but apart, there but not there, present but absent, this concept.
Okay, yeah. So we're going to talk about the concepts now.
Okay.
Okay, so the first concept is like a removable chair partition. So like it can be attached to any chair and it kind of creates like a personal space. So like when I sit inside this, I can see whatever's happening on the outside, but no one can see what's happening on the inside. So like someone, like my family will know that I'm there, but they can't really see me. So we're trying to like exaggerate the concept. And it's also functional because if you're attending like an online lecture, and like as you know, Hong Kong homes are really small and it gets really chaotic. So if you just sit against the wall and you have this partition, it creates your privacy. And also you don't have like the background, like, you know, some people, because the home's really small, they face like issues with the background because like they have so many things and it's really messy and they feel really embarrassed to turn their camera on. To eliminate that problem, we kind of came up with this concept that can be used against the wall as well. And it kind of like separates you from what's happening on the outside.
So for the second concept, it's a really simple partition design. But this partition is basically enhanced with different heights in it. It symbolizes the different different personality between people. So in the middle there will be that invisible wall that can really enhance that together but apart this concept. So actually partition is already a product that is symbolizing separation between people. So I think that a really ordinary partition can really stands out the concept of together but apart, that segregated connectedness, this concept. So
and this concept is same. Is first is same of the concept too, and this one is using the bamboo to make the different shape and using the acrylic stick to make the different height to make the different pattern. And then the next page.
So we come up with our final design that is combining the first concept and second concept. That there will be a partition that is on the chair that which Tanisha just mentioned, and with the standing partition, that the chair partition can be unrolled and then lay flat, then attached with the bamboo stand, and will become a standing partition like so. So, and also the middle part, this part will be the invisible wall. So it can be used in both ways. So that's it. Thank you.
So, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michelle, for your presentation. Could you stay on the presentation, please? Meanwhile, I'm talking. It's better. Very interesting work, because I know quite well this kind of issue, because during the COVID and the first lockdown here in Italy, an office design company has asked me to design a partition dividers for COVID. So I know quite well this kind of issue. And of course, in my opinion, the best one in general is the second one, because it's the more well done, and I will explain you why. But if you go back on the first concept, I mean, I think it's quite interesting. And there was in 10 years ago a Japanese designer that tried to make something very similar. I can share you by mail if you want. But I mean, I don't like when you have the screen in front of the chair, because it's quite weird. When you put behind, it's okay. When you work and then you have behind you the screen, it's okay. But I mean, again, if you have the wall in front of you, you don't need anything behind your shoulder. Because of the COVID, you can transmit more with the mouth in front of. So probably, I mean, in my opinion, it's better the second one, because you work on open spaces, and you centered the design also, because you try to use glass. And that is more design oriented, and also the shape, it's nice. Probably you can work more on the joint between the two part of the bamboo, how to fold better this part, and then you can try to add something as a board to hang or to write, in order to put this kind of product in office space or studio design space. Then you can have multifunctional things, as not only a partition, but also a board, something to hang something, maybe to hang the coat, or maybe to storage something. I designed it very recently, something like that. It called Inoki with a H as a first. And then in the studio we tried to design something very simple, but at the same time and cheap at the same time. But also we put some shelf hanger, trying to understand what we can do for the office spaces without spending so much money on the product. So if you have a structure like that, it's very nice, and you can add something without spending more money, because you have the structure. So I suggest you to go deep on the research in this kind of way.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Just a moment, sir. Time title. 係咪都睇到 Hi, we are Group 6 and I would like to present our concept. Firstly, I would like to briefly introduce that our province recently after a pandemic outbreak. Before people in Hong Kong, sorry, we don't have a special area to category on the dirty zones or cleaner zone. People normally come back home, they will go directly to their bedroom to take off their things. But after the pandemic outbreak, then more and more people will focus on their hygiene. So we will put a lot of masks or hand sanitizer or even the cap hanger near the front door front. So we wanted to well organize us this kind of problem and things. So we have something concept. Our concept is inspired from some working closets, which is may happen in some rich people room, but we find that the function is similar to working closets. So we are trying to think something that happened in the door front. So there we will, once we get inside, we will have a dirty zone that to clean it up, and then we have a second door to get back into the room. So we inspired from the, as I said, we inspired from the working closet, and we would like to present a more decent and luxury film to our user. So our film will be trans to the luxury closet and create more warm and like comfort area for them when they're doing this kind of cleanup. So this is our mood and feel. And then our first concept is once we get inside, then we can have some space and open the door, and then we can hang in some of the jackets on the and the shoes, and also our miscellaneous, and also we will some having into storage or the mask or the hand sanitizer. So here's the concept one that once our family get inside, the first picture that come inside will be a very comfort pictures before they go to the room, and also there's will be a light up, and then they can open it one by one to put down the things that they need to put down, just like hanging the jacket, hanging the cap, or put off the shoes. So here is some mechanism how we want to use the joint to hanging, and also to make it storage. And then here comes the scenario that's how we can open the door and fit it, and then go back into our existing house. So here's also the scenarios how we can utilize the dealer's door to we clean it up ourselves. So here comes the second concept. The second concept is quite similar to the concept one, but they're using a different mechanism to open the door. And this way it will be more complicated, yes, complicated, but it can be more interesting and more interact with the user. We can have more space to storage our things, but the disadvantage that is the size maybe have bigger and more bulky in our thinner room. So here is the details on how the function and separating the door. So this is the end of our present. Thank you.
Could you please stay on the presentation, please?
Okay, have a stage on.
Could you say? Could you go back on the first concept and then the second, please?
Okay. First.
I mean, in general, very well done project and very well done presentation. The two concepts are really luxury oriented. So you centered your first thought, and also about the aesthetic. I think it's very well done in general. Talking about design, I mean, I don't know, probably I prefer the second one. The aesthetic is better in the first concept, but I'm not sure you will really start something there. I'm not sure you can arrive and to your final destination. So the second one, I mean, I like the aesthetic because it's quite 20 here. It's interesting, and also you can start in something. Go deep in the part that the protection. Try to understand what you can change also in order to change the aesthetic more contemporary, maintaining the luxury part, of course, but try to understand what you can change in this kind of, because it's too much decorative. It's interesting, but too much, probably, in my opinion. But if your focus is this one, keep this one, huh? And also, if you like, this is only my opinion about the aesthetic. So, talking about the project, could you go after this slide? I mean, when you start something in the triangle, I'm not sure is the best way to start something. Try to start something in a square, so you're not gonna lose this kind of triangle space.
Okay.
I know you probably have done this kind of stuff for aesthetic, but try to also change in order to focus on the organization and on the design project. And after that, you can focus on the aesthetic.
Okay. Got it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Federica, the wonderful sharing to our students. Yeah.
Thank you, Yuli.
Yeah. And thank you, Annalisa, to arrange this very complicated tutorial online.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. It has been truly inspiring, and I'm super proud. I can't wait for working on the real exhibitions. Then I propose a meeting during the next day so we can arrange the next schedule. Congratulations to all the students. Your research is impressive. I confirm my idea that the new generations of designers and students are really pushing the borders in terms of solutions and getting a better quality of life for everybody. I'm really impressed by how you take inspiration from a local situation, proposing solutions that are really interesting from a globally point of view. So this is really an inspiring approach. And so congratulations, speak soon, and I hope you enjoyed this last meeting.
Yeah,
thank
you so much.
And thank you, Federica.
Thank you, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you, bye.
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 See you, bye.